Thank you for watching this short video. An interesting title, Physician Heal Thyself. Oh gosh, how many times have I heard that in my faith journey? Physician heal thyself. Great words from Jesus, but what does physician heal thyself mean? Well, if we are light bringers of peace and involved in holistic therapies, counseling, or befriending others in a therapeutic role or environment, don't we have a duty of care first to ourselves and not to our client? Excuse me. Isn't that so? But today, what I found very interesting, challenging maybe, is that there are so many therapists and counselors who are so caught up in this mindset of being needed. I remember about 8 years ago, before moving here, where there was a lovely friend came to see us, and they were so unhappy in their life and in their workplace that they decided to do a diploma course in counseling. And when I asked them why, they said, "Oh, I love helping people. I love when people come to me with their problems." And I looked at them and I thought, are they barking mad? Because as a trained counselor myself in pastoral counselling for many years, I just was totally shocked. Because the one thing I discovered, I do not like people in crisis. I do not like to see people in crisis. And I can't truthfully say that I love supporting people with problems, because I don't. And you might think, oh gosh, but you're a monk. Yes, I am. But we have to be clear what motivates us to do what we do. My heart goes out to everybody who struggles in their faith journey. But to say I love helping people, to feed that need in me, is saying something totally different that's not therapeutic. It's more about rescuing rather than empowering one to self-heal. And I've seen it with so many therapists that I was guided to support with Ascenic Energy Medicine over the last 10 years. You'd meet the genuine souls who had dealt with a lot of their stuff and took responsibility and got help. But then you'd meet the therapist who was the rescuer, filling that need. And one thing I find quite challenging is to see a therapist who's so wounded and dysfunctional, allowing a client to come and pay them for a therapy, such as Reiki, and I've seen this a lot. And that poor client is buying into their negative mindset, into their pain. And the client isn't getting the primary force of energy, it's the wounded therapist. And then you get therapists who give Reiki to clients who are on mind-altering drugs, and they say it's okay. So coming back to the key words, physician heal thyself. What is that saying to your heart? Well, it's saying something to me that I have a responsibility to myself. And I know I'm as culpable as anybody else, because for the best part of 50 years, I did not take responsibility for myself. I was the rescuer. But then a chain of events turned in my life, and it empowered me to face my greatest fear, my own inner woundedness, my low self-esteem, and baggage that I had carried, baggage that was unfairly inflicted upon me as a child, and again as a young monk in the Catholic nursing order that I was with, and again in nursing from managers who were bullies. And now, because I work online, because I'm enclosed as a monk, a lot of my work is online, I come across the cyberbullies. but we must not allow our woundedness to get out of control. We have a duty of care to ourself first. Now you might think that that is pure heresy, but it's not, because if we've neglected ourselves, then when we come to support a client, we are not in a good place and we're not giving a professional service. But if we are a therapist involved in holism, then we're really violating all the codes of self-empowerment. Because A, our refusal to heal ourselves is not the advice that we're given to clients. We're asking clients to empower themselves and take responsibility, but we're not willing to go there. So for me, that's conflict, and that is a bad energy. And that negative energy and mindset is unfairly inflicted upon those who need our services the most. And how do we heal ourselves? How do we address physician heal thyself? Very simply, take responsibility. Kneel before a loving God and surrender your heart and ask for help. And then bless the situation, bless the person you are, bless everything about you, name it, release it, and trust. But today the problem is, because we live in such a fast lane and everything is fast-tracked, that we bypass the essentials. And we are all here for a purpose, and that is to honor our sacred contract. Oh, but listen, the best of it all is to come. I had several clients over the last few years, and this is what they would say to avoid facing their fear. Oh, I've come into this incarnation to deal with past life issues. Hello. They've come into a new incarnation to deal with past life issues. That is ego. We've come into this incarnation bringing with us the wisdom of past lives, not the baggage or the negativity. And we're here to ascend and to grow, not to be full of nonsense. There's a lot of new age hocus pocus around, where people are empowered to look up their own backside, forgive me, and they get stuck somewhere between their navel and their tonsil, and they can't see the wood for the trees. Come on, let's be practical. If we fail to heal ourselves, then we have done our spirit, our mind, and our body an erroneous disservice. Why is that? Well, think about it. We're denying ourselves the opportunity to live a beautiful life, and we end up going around with this victim mindset. Oh, poor me. And have you ever noticed anyone who's had a pity party? How many people turn up? None. Because we're living in a society that doesn't really care about us. It doesn't care about you or me. It's not interested in how we're feeling. Please come into your quiet time. Have courage. Surrender your heart. Call on the divine. Call on the messengers of God, the beautiful angels and archangels. Call on Michael to help you cut the cords to all that negativity and empower you with the help of Raphael and Metatron to self-heal. It's as simple as ABC. 1, 2, 3. But the decision is yours. But until you make it, you will never be healed. And you'll only fracture a lot of good people who come to you for help. And I'm sure that that's not really why you're in the business of caring for others. Namaste.